Welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Bob Gough, sitting in for Ashley Conrad. Well, late Monday night, amid all the machinations of trying to find a new police chief in Quincy, we managed to break a little news here at Muddy River. We told the world what they've been wanting to hear for years. Target is coming to town. Our studio audience seems to approve. I've told every mayor since Chuck Scholes that the mayor who brings Target to Quincy will be mayor for life. Well, looks like Mike Trope is going to test that theory. Now, Quincy has been on a retail decline for the better part of the last decade as Bergner's and Kmart and Shopko all shut their doors. Now, it's not all Quincy's fault. Our Amazon world has taken a chunk out of retail shopping nationwide. Shopko went bye-bye. I still miss Jack's, by the way. I believe there are 3 Kmarts left in the USA. I've been told by some local officials that the Target announcement is the first domino, and we are about to get inundated with stores, new restaurants, and hotels. The city is actively marketing the Old Days Inn Welcome Inn space downtown, and the new QMG hospital at the Quincy Town Center, formerly Quincy Mall, is apparently going to spark some activity there as well. The years of vacant storefronts on Broadway have been sad, but my family's on the road this weekend and we stopped in Galesburg where they've had a Target for many years. Now it's not a super Target like the ones just off Highway 40 in Chesterfield and Brentwood near St. Louis, but hey, it's a Target. It's better than nothing. Galesburg's Sandburg Mall is next to Target. It's basically vacant. The Quincy Town Center is a beehive of activity compared to it. Well, now when we get some details from Target about when it will actually open and what kind of Target it's going to be and what other restaurants may also be popping up there on 36th and Broadway, we will of course pass it along, and if we don't get to it first like we did with this one, we'll still do our best and cover that, so stay tuned. Coming up, earlier I mentioned the Quincy Fire Chief saga. David Adam is up next with an update.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay 20.
A great night's sleep starts at Harvey's Furniture. Harvey's is your home for industry-leading handcrafted mattresses from Bemco, Spring Air, and Chatham & Wells. Twin, full, queen, and king, we have a full selection of in-stock mattresses to fit your needs. No waiting, get it today, and as always, free delivery. You deserve a better night's sleep. Harvey's Furniture, our home, your home.
David Adam, editor of Muddy River News, stops by, and we're going to talk about the Quincy Police Chief, what do you call it?
Kerfluffle.
There you go. That's a good one. Nice. Yeah. As people are watching this, we produce this on Tuesday afternoon, but we're going to dump it in on Wednesday morning. But as of now, we still do not have a new police chief. I mean, we have interim chief Adam Yates, but Jonathan Lewin has still not agreed to terms, correct?
That is correct.
And we had a Police and Fire Commission meeting on Tuesday that we thought was going to give us some resolution, but
not so fast.
What's the hang-up?
I think what this is really kind of coming down to is the police and fire commissioners and the mayor haven't really gotten along that well throughout this process. That was illustrated back last summer when Mayor Mike Trope expressed his dissatisfaction about the way that Bernie Valkamp was selected as the fire chief. And there's just been some contentiousness, I guess that would be the way I would say it. As far back as I could tell with talking to other past police and fire commissioners, John Spring, Dick Ventura, guys like that, somebody who's wanted to always be a part of the commission never got let go. They stepped down at their own when they wanted to.
Right.
That didn't happen with Carrie Anders.
Right.
And I think that bothered the other two commissioners. Mike Trope had every right. He didn't have to bring back Carrie Anders, but that's just part of how we've gotten to where we are today. From the day that the mayor met with the commissioners and expressed his dissatisfaction about the way Rob Copley was policing the city and how they came up with Val Camp as the replacement for Joe Henning, now to Carrie Anders. Now we're with the Jonathan Lewin situation. And, you know, I think probably the best words that have been said so far about this situation and what needs to happen is somebody needs to bring Mike Trope into a room with the three commissioners, lock the door, get Jonathan Lewin on the phone, and say, let's talk. Because when I talked to Barry Chain and to Steve Meckes this morning, they haven't talked to the mayor about this issue since last Tuesday. They haven't talked to Jonathan Lewin about this issue since last Tuesday. Well, you're not going to get anything resolved if Lewin has said that the 6-month probationary agreement bothers him. Well, why not get into a room and talk about that? Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, that has not happened yet, and that's why we are where we are today.
And the mayor's dissatisfaction with the police department, apparently there is some, right?
Oh, I mean, like I said, last year he came to the Police and Fire Commission and said, I would like to file an official complaint about the way Rob Copley is. Basically, I don't remember the exact phrase. It's been a while since it happened, but it was basically, he's not doing what I'm telling him to do. And but then he didn't come to the next Police and Fire Commission meeting to actually file that complaint. There's been an uneasy ceasefire, I guess, between those two, but there's no love lost. I know there were all kinds of people on Facebook who noted how the mayor did or didn't react when Copley announced his retirement during it was live streamed on Facebook, and people were going, well, look at the mayor, he didn't clap. Well, I don't know if that means he just didn't clap or if that was done intentionally or whatever, but there's always something there. So what is the complaint? We've never really officially heard, because he never officially filed a complaint with the Police and Fire Commission, but I know he's ready to move on. I know he's ready to have a new police chief, but Jonathan Lewin's not ready to bite on that 6-month probationary appointment yet.
Well, and again, I think when this has been discussed, we've discussed this around. We've had ample time to talk about it since it's been lingering there for a week. And again, a guy coming in from out of town to look at this, and I'm sure he's looking at all the social media. I'm sure he's taking all of this into account. And at one point, do you want to step into it? At what point do you just want to say, I'm going to take a pass?
That's hard to say. I have to imagine that as the chief of police, much like being the mayor, there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like something. It's kind of like my daughter pointed out to me, the big announcement, Target's coming to Quincy, and somebody wrote on there, well, who wants another cheap discount food store? And we're like, seriously? But what I told my daughter was, somebody's going to be upset. You can't make everybody happy. And so I think that's same to be said with the position of the fire chief, the position of the police chief, and the position of the mayor. Someone's going to be upset with what you're doing. It's a very public position, and every move that you make is typically scrutinized. Where do we go from here? To me, I don't think anything gets done until finally someone has to make a phone call to somebody to say, can we talk? It doesn't seem to be that hard, but for some reason, it has been. It hasn't happened in over a week, and that's why this situation is at the standstill that it's at.
Well, as you noted, there's one thing is for sure, some people are just never happy.
They just, I know I was just shocked that somebody would say, oh, who wants Target to come to town? Well, okay, let's look at the other 40,000 people who are really thrilled about it, but somebody wasn't very happy about it. Hey, to each their own.
That's true. Well, David, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Well, speaking of Rob Copley, on Thursday's Daily Muddy, we'll have an interview with the former police chief who is enjoying his first full week of retirement. I'm excited to see what Hawaiian shirt he wears for this interview. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Muddy.